Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing, continuing with the sunny conditions this morning with the slight onshore breeze, with those winds turning out of the northwest to more of an east-northeasterly wind later this morning, and seeing those temperatures in the upper 50s. Overall, we will see a quiet weather day ahead, not expecting any precipitation or lightning, and overall, shouldn't see any significant weather risk as we move through the next 24 hours. Take a look at the current surface analysis. We have a dry boundary drop through the area that brought mainly just a turn in the winds, and slowly seeing high pressure build in and keep things quiet over the area as we move through the day today. We'll see another front approaching the area late tomorrow. It's going to bring another chance of some precip, but not expecting widespread precip as we saw yesterday. So just another glancing blow of potentially some showers pushing through. Take a look at the current visible satellite. We can see clear skies across the area, not tracking any clouds, and will likely remain the case as we move through the day today. Maybe a few clouds here and there, but overall, next 24 hours should be mostly clear. We'll look at the European model for the next several days. As mentioned, we'll see dry conditions as we move through the day today, with periphery of this high pressure in control, keeping things quiet. And we'll see a low pressure tracking across the northern part of the country to the east, and that's going to bring that boundary into the area. Later during the day tomorrow, or more so into the evening, ahead of it, we will see a tighter pressure gradient with winds ramping up out of the south, becoming quite breezy, so good chance of seeing a wind advisory for our Wednesday. We'll also bring in some slightly milder temperatures, with temperatures likely getting into the low 70s ahead of this front as it pushes through. Maybe a very slight chance of an isolated shower late in the afternoon into the evening, but the best chance of rain will arrive as we go through the overnight time frame. If we continue to see those showers holding together along that boundary, we will see a decent chance of some showers pushing through the area. It does look like instability will be relatively low, so a very slight chance we see any isolated lightning with that activity as it pushes through the area. And it does look like we'll see that pushing off to our east and southeast by the time we get into the start of the day on Thursday, but we'll continue to see some cloudy and slightly breezy conditions and cooler conditions back in the 60s for our Thursday, and maybe an isolated sprinkle, but overall should remain dry through the day. As we go into Friday, we'll continue to see a slight breeze early on as that unsettled weather pulls away from the area, but things will start to dry out, and we'll be on a warming trend as we go through the weekend, becoming quite warm into the 80s for a couple of days, starting with our Saturday where things look dry. We do have potential for some showers off to the west, but it does look like that stays out of the area. Very minimal chance we see an isolated shower coming across the bay. Otherwise, should see fairly dry conditions with all shower activity remaining off to the west the way things are looking right now. But again, we will see some very mild or warm temperatures as we move through that time period into the beginning of next week. So as we look at our 24-hour weather risk chart for today, we'll see a high temperature up around 66 degrees this afternoon. Those slight onshore winds will become southeasterly as we get into the later afternoon. Peak gusts around 15 to 17 knots, but overall fairly light winds as we move through the day today, and just a few clouds around. Again, mostly clear to mostly sunny as we move through the next 24 hours. We'll see our low temperature bottom out around 52 degrees and winds turning subtly around 7 to 12 knots through the morning hours and becoming slightly breezy as we get into the start of the day on Wednesday, setting up for a overall breezy day for Wednesday. Tides running normal. As mentioned, breezy for Wednesday. We'll have that very slight chance of a late afternoon, early evening shower, but the best chance will come as we move through that overnight time frame, looking at about a 6% chance for those rain showers pushing through the area. We'll see a high probability of a wind advisory throughout our working hours on Wednesday with those breezy conditions, and again, temperature peaking around 71 degrees. Back to cooler couple days for Thursday and Friday behind that system, with clouds sticking around for much of both of those days and some slightly breezy winds. We'll see temperatures in the mid to upper 60s for our highs, and then temperatures back into the 80s as we move into Saturday and Sunday, potentially up to the mid 80s as we get late weekend into early next week. Slightly breezy on Saturday, but overall plenty of sun for all 3 days, Saturday through Monday, and very minimal chance of an isolated shower making it across the bay Saturday evening, but doesn't look very likely at this time. That's going to wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your morning.